What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? Noah Gray here, tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Josh's channel and check out showmefootball.com.
What is up, Chiefs Kingdom? Welcome back to another video on my channel. My name is Josh Finn of showmefootball.com and arrowheadaddict.com, covering your Kansas City Chiefs, and I am giving my instant reaction to the Kansas City Chiefs selecting BYU offensive tackle Kingsley Suamataia, and I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly, with the 63rd overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. The Kansas City Chiefs traded up one spot from 64 to 63 to ensure that they got their guy, Kingsley Suamataia. And, man, so far, home run draft for the Kansas City Chiefs. Not only were they able to effectively address their top two needs in their first two picks, but they got a guy in Kingsley Suamataia that a lot of people linked to the Chiefs at 32nd overall. That was one of Chiefs fans' favorite tackles to mock to the Chiefs. This was a guy that we knew kind of fit what the Chiefs were looking for. There's also the BYU connection with Andy Reid, but the Chiefs get him at 63. That's just incredible value. This was someone that a lot of people thought was going to go in the first round. You get him at 63rd overall, just amazing value. Kingsley Suamataia was also one of my personal favorite offensive tackles in this draft, not just because I like him as a player, but because I also thought he was realistic. Like, obviously, the Chiefs were never getting one of the top tackles in this draft, like, the Penn State offensive tackle that I can't remember his name off the top of my head, or Joe All. You know, they weren't getting any of those guys, but Suamataia was actually realistic. Again, shocked at the value here that the Chiefs were able to get him at 63, but in Suamataia, the Chiefs are getting a guy that is an elite athlete at the offensive tackle position, and that's also a nice trend that you're seeing is that the Chiefs have continued to take elite athletes in consecutive drafts. They've kind of learned from their past mistakes. You know, Brett Veach took shots on guys like CEH or Sky Moore that were not great athletes, and those guys didn't work out. And so it's nice to see them take an elite athlete at the position. We knew that the Chiefs kind of wanted to get back to their athletic tackles model because things didn't really work out with Orlando Brown and Andrew Wiley. That's why they moved off of those guys. And it was a step forward bringing in Jawan Taylor. It was a step forward drafting Wanya Morris last year. Donovan Smith is a little bit better than Orlando Brown in that regard. But anyway, back to Suamataia, athletic freak, 6'6", 325 pounds. He's got tremendous size. Now, his arm length isn't great, but it was still above the threshold in which the Chiefs look for. And if you guys listen to my video that I did on like Jordan Morgan, the offensive tackle from Arizona, one of the reasons I wanted to stay away from him was because he did not have very good arm length. He was under 33.5-inch arms, which is just too small for the Kansas City Chiefs if you're looking for a starting offensive tackle of the future. Kingsley, he's got a great kick step. He really handled speed rushers well in college because he was able to get up the arc very nicely, very smoothly. And because of that athleticism that I mentioned, it is very easy for Kingsley Suamataia to get into space in the run blocking game. That's where I really love this pick, is the run blocking aspect of it, because Donovan Smith, who Kingsley Suamataia should eventually be taking over for if everything goes correctly. Donovan Smith is not a great run blocker. Jawan Taylor isn't a great run blocker. He wasn't coming over from Jacksonville. Whereas you have Wanya Morris and you have Kingsley Suamataia now in the tackle room waiting behind those guys, and they can run block extremely well. That was the upside for both of those picks. So I like that the Chiefs are doing that with their offensive tackle philosophy, is bringing in guys that can contribute in the run game, because what the Chiefs have had at tackle the past couple of years has been shaky in that aspect. Now, Suamataia can sometimes get caught lacking and caught grabbing, resulting in penalties because his hand placement isn't great, and he lacks balance sometimes, especially, on the initial pushback. He can absorb pretty well, sometimes those initial rushes, but I did see quite a few times where pass rushers were able to get him off balance early. So with that being said, that's all technique that's all technical stuff that I believe in the Chiefs coaching staff to get right. Andy Heck, the offensive line coach for the Chiefs, has done a really good job. Suamataia is a guy that's going to take a little bit of development, and some Chiefs fans may not like hearing that developmental tackle because Wanya Morris is also kind of a developmental tackle. You want a guy that can eventually start, which I think Suamataia can eventually start. I also haven't discounted Wanya Morris yet, which is the whole reason why I wasn't a huge fan of taking a tackle in round one, because I'm like, all right, well, we have Juwan Taylor, who, like it or not, is going to be the starter at right tackle for at least the next few years still. And then you still have Wanya Morris last year, who I have not given up on. You know, he struggled at times, but he showed flashes, and he was a rookie tackle. Rookie tackles tend to struggle. And it's a big step up from the SEC to the NFL, playing left tackle for the Kansas City Chiefs, protecting Patrick Mahomes. All that being said, I believe Suamataia has the potential to develop into the Kansas City Chiefs starting left tackle. And whoever wins that battle between Suamataia or Wanya Morris, I suspect the other will eventually be the replacement at right tackle for Juwan Taylor, and they'll just kind of be the sixth offensive lineman, first guy off the bench that comes in heavy packages, or, you know, they could transition into guard. I could totally see Wanya Morris sliding inside to replace Joe Tooney or Trey Smith if one or both of those guys is eventually to move on. We know Trey Smith is a free agent next year. Joe Tooney is approaching the end of his contract with the Kansas City Chiefs. So at worst, this is fantastic depth for the Chiefs offensive line. I still think you look at bringing in a veteran, perhaps re-signing Donovan Smith, just to kind of help that transition to either Suamataia or Wanya Morris at left tackle. But this gives you yet another quality option, and this gives you a guy that I believe has the ceiling of being a really good starting left tackle in the NFL. This was a consensus top 50 pick heading into the NFL draft. You got him at 63. I don't think you can complain too much. There's a lot of traits to like here. Strong, athletic, good size, played some good competition even though he was at BYU and did really well. Go and watch his tape against Oklahoma. Did really well in that game, and we know that Oklahoma has a lot of talent at the line of scrimmage. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of this pick. Chiefs are killing the draft so far. Now day 3, go look at running back, go look at another wide receiver, maybe get some defensive line help, and I think this is shaping up to be a really good draft for the Kansas City Chiefs. So those are my thoughts on the Kansas City Chiefs selecting Kingsley Suamataia in the second round in tonight's NFL draft, day 2. But I want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts on the pick? Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Let me know down below. With all that being said, make sure you like, share, and subscribe so more Chiefs fans can find this, and check out my work on showmefootball.com and arrowheadaddict.com for more. See you all in the next one. Go Chiefs!